Another set of effects I want to show you are all of the color correction effects. Here I have this video clip that you have access to. It's called Travelers. And under color correction in the effects and presets window, you see all kinds of different ones. Now these can do everything from adjusting the exposure, the color balance, the white balance, the saturation, but there is one that is sort of a catch-all that does all of this, and that's called the Lumetri color effect. So take that and drop it onto one of your video clips. If you've used Adobe Premiere Pro, this is basically the same thing. So you have your basic corrections, which include white balance, and your tone, which is affecting exposure. So if I want to make this warm, nice video clip look cool, I would take my temperature and drag it to the left. So now if I drag it to the left, I can make this look sort of dreary and cold rather than that nice warm look from before. Under tone, you can adjust the exposure of a clip. Now this clip is only a 720p clip. It's a compressed clip, so it's not going to work as well as if you have a raw file that you're editing yourself. But you can adjust your contrast here if you want it super uncontrasted, or the individual parts of your image. So just the highlights. We can do that to bring down the highlights, to bring back some of that information in the distance. Or if we want to adjust the blacks, bring up those blacks, get that nice flat look that people really like now, or drop down the blacks to get it more contrasty. Under creative, there are several looks. So if you drop down looks, you can go through all of these and it kind of applies a specific type of look. SL Noir is a nice sort of film noir look. Turn it on and off with this active button. You also have under creative sharpening, vibrant saturation. So if we want to make it black and white here, we can. If we want to add more color to it, we can there. And I'm just going to jump quickly to the vignette. Here's a quick way to add a vignette to a clip. So earlier we learned about using a solid layer to create a vignette, which applies to your entire composition. This vignette will just be applied to the individual layer, but hey, if you're just editing a single video, you can do that with the Lumetri color effect. With the amount, change the midpoint, change the feathering if you want it to be hard or softer. I don't do much color correction in After Effects, to be honest. I do most of mine in Premiere Pro, which if you have After Effects, you are probably a Creative Cloud user, which means you have access to Premiere Pro. And with the Lumetri color effect, you have a great Lumetri color panel in Premiere Pro that makes it easier to use all of these effects. And I'll link to a tutorial that shows you how to use that if you are curious on how to use all of the other options within the Lumetri color panel, such as curves, color wheels, HSL secondary. But for now, all I want you to really realize is that if you want to make basic corrections to a clip, the Lumetri color effect is a great one to use. Thanks so much for watching. If you have more questions about color correction, please let me know. And like I said, I'll be linking to some more resources to expand upon this later on in this section.